Hi everyone, CBSE Class 10 Math video solution to the sample question paper given by the board for the board examination to be conducted in 2021. This is a standard version of the paper. We are looking at a 3-mark question. This question is from the chapter quadratic equations. This particular question, 28th question, had an internal choice. We did a video for the first part in a separate video and it's already on YouTube. The second part is a bit more difficult than the first part. The first part was a very straightforward one. You knew things that you could substitute, got the answer in a jiffy, and that question would have taken you a minute and a half. Here you need to process a little more, so that way there's an interesting question, but obviously a little more difficult. Let's get started with the question. The roots alpha and beta of the quadratic equation x square minus 5x plus 3 times k minus 1 equals 0 are such that alpha minus beta is equal to 1. We have learnt about sum of roots, product of roots. This is talking about difference between the roots. Okay, what we need to find out is the value of k. This is the equation given to us, x square minus 5x plus 3 times k minus 1. Let's just compare this with a generalized form of an equation, ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. So what will a be in this equation? Will be equal to 1. What is b? B is equal to minus 5. What is c? C is equal to 3 times of k minus 1. We have exact values for a and b. So a and b will in some fashion is going to give us the information about the sum of the roots, right? Minus b by a is sum of roots. We are trying to find out the value of c. If we find the value of k, we have found out the value of c. In that case, c by a is going to be the product of the roots. So if there is some way we can find the product of roots, we will be able to find out the value of k. So at some level it is pointing out to the fact that is there some way where we can find out what the roots of this quadratic equation are. Can we find out the value of alpha? Can we find out the value of beta? If we can find out alpha and beta, then I think this question is done. So step 1, let's try and see if we can find out the values of alpha and beta from the information available to us. From the question that we know that alpha minus beta is equal to 1. We also deduced we have a value for b which is minus 5, we have the value for a which is equal to 1, which essentially means some of the roots can be found out. Sum of the roots is equal to alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b by a. B is equal to a minus 5, therefore it is minus of minus 5 divided by 1, which is equal to a 5. We will call this as equation 2. Look at these two equations. Alpha minus beta is an equation in alpha and beta which is equal to 1. The second equation is alpha plus beta is equal to 5 is again an equation in alpha and beta. So two linear equations in two variables. Let's solve these two equations to find the value of alpha and beta. I am going to add these two equations 1 and 2. So we have alpha minus beta is equal to 1. Alpha plus beta is equal to 5. Add the two equations, minus beta and plus beta gets cancelled. So we will have alpha plus alpha, 2 alpha is equal to 5 means 2 alpha is equal to 6, which means alpha is equal to 3. Let's substitute the value of alpha is equal to 3 in one of these equations. 3 minus beta is equal to 1. Take the minus beta to the right hand side, 1 to the left hand side translates to beta is equal to 2. So alpha is equal to 3, beta is equal to 2. Step 1, we have found out what the roots are. Now that we have found out what the roots are, we are trying to find out the value of k. K is a component of c in the quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c. So let's find out the product of the roots. Now that we know the roots, we can find the product of the roots and therefore compute the value of k. Product of the roots is alpha beta and that is equal to c by a. What is c in this case? 3 times of k minus 1 and a is equal to 1. So product of the roots will therefore be 3 times of k minus 1. Alpha we computed it to be equal to a 3, beta we computed it to be equal to a 2. Divide both sides of this equation by a 3, so 3 gets cancelled with 3. K minus 1 equals 2 or k is equal to 3, right. So k is equal to 3 is the answer to the question. In a way it wasn't very evident. See, we got alpha minus beta which are not used to it, then we had to plug in alpha plus beta which we had to deduce from the equation, and once we got the value of alpha and beta, only then we realize that okay, now we can use it through the product of the roots to get to the answer. So this one is definitely more difficult than what you saw in 28A. Best wishes for your CBSE board examination. Aim for 100 and crack that 100.
Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.